Alright, I'm at one of my favorite places. Lone Star Treasure Hunters Club is this Friday. I gotta find some stuff, so I'm gonna dig a whole bunch of holes. I'm not gonna show all the holes that I dig, but suffice it to say, we're gonna go out, I'm gonna do a hunt, and I'm just gonna bring you with me. If we have anything interesting, you'll see it. I'm gonna be hunting with the XP Deus 2. I'm gonna have the remote in my pocket. So, who knows? We'll find something good. We're gonna find something, because I'm gonna hunt out here until we do find something. But anyway, wish me luck. Hopefully we'll get something. Also, by the way, I have hammered this place to death. Okay? But I know that there's stuff here. There's plenty of stuff here. Tons. Anyway, alright, on with it. My first target. This thing was ringing up good. At first it wasn't actually ringing up good, because there was a nail in the hole with it, which I also dug and have here in my bag. Anyway, there's a nail in my bag that goes with this target. There it is. Okay. What is this though? Looks almost like part of an alarm bell. I don't think that's what it is, but I don't know. It's brass. We'll tumble it. It's interesting. I need to just remove my remote box, but right here, man, this sounds like a quarter or something really high right on top here. Let's see what it is. It's so hard too. Gonna have to get on it. There we go. What do we got? Oh, it's a button. It was a button, I think. And it's got cloth. It was ringing up crazy sounding. I wonder if there's any more in there. Oh well. Nope. Nice bright sounding target right here. By the way, where I'm hunting, we are on what was formerly the grounds of a late 19th century sanitarium. If you don't know what that is, it was really a place for people to come to die from tuberculosis. Whatever this is, I think is iron, but depending on how you hit iron, sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it doesn't. And I tend to lean more towards wanting to dig it up, especially given the location. You might find interesting iron. Now, there's nothing interesting about this nail, but sometimes you dig interesting iron. Don't be afraid to dig it. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that, they're going to show you a bunch of different ways to avoid digging iron, because they'll get old. Don't get me wrong, it gets old. But distinguishing it comes with skill, okay? And after time, you'll be able to, look, that's iron, that's most likely iron. And you'll spend a little time where you don't dig it anymore. Like, that's iron, but it sounds good. We're gonna dig it anyway. But anyway, you'll get to a point where you're like, okay, I know it's probably not worth digging, but I'm gonna dig it anyway, because it just, everything comes full circle. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong, because this is sounding a lot less like iron once you get the hole open. Now, don't get me wrong, we are in a field of iron. This particular area has seen constant movement since the 1800s, and not just the end of the 1800s. I'm talking like before the sanitarium was even here. Let's see what we got in here. Look at that big old bolt. That didn't mean anything. Let's go back over it. That was it. So I was right, but I was hoping I was wrong. Let me get this grass we're about to get. It's kind of dry, so I'm gonna have to clump this up, but I'll take care of that. Now I don't know what this is, but it's completely non-ferrous, bright high tone. Could be a coin. It ain't though, I don't think. I think we got a bottle cap that's been smashed. And it is. Some of these bottle caps, no matter which of these, sound great. Got us a kind of a deep sounding squeaker. And you know, I'm a fan of those. So let's dig it. Let's dig it. See what it is. Now, like I said before, we are on basically the front lawn of what used to be a sanitarium. And I need to try to find some pictures of this place so you can see sort of what it looked like. Oh, that's a good sign. Sounds a little bit brighter now that the hole's open. Well, partially open. We're gonna have to open up a little bit more. I don't know what kind of bird that was, but it sounds even better. This is some hard digging right here. Let me get down, and when we get near it, I'll turn the camera back on. Look at there, we got a coin popped out. What is it? Now this thing had to have been like, oh, it's a wheat. It's a wheat. Now I will tell you, the wheats that I've had come out of here, old. What year is this one? We might be able to get a year off this. 1917. I think it's a 17. Hold on. Yeah, it's either 1917 or 1912. Either way, old. We'll go back over the hole. Yeah, I tried to like get it to where like when I got near it I would pull it out, or you know, but it just, I hit it with the hand digger and it popped right out. So all right, on to the next one. Got a strong one here, not far from that wheat scent. Now this could be iron hitting like this, because there's a lot of it out here. Okay, and I run my setup to lean more towards, I'm more likely to dig iron than I am not, because I've learned that you find more stuff that way. This is probably just a bottle cap, or no, it's a coin. No, it's not. It's a key. Oh. But anyway, like I was saying, you're gonna find more stuff the more iron you dig. Now I know it's not fun, but it's a fact of life. So, something to think about when you're out in the field. All right, right here we got the kind of signal I'm looking for. Faint, wispy, coin sounding. Okay, but it's like in a layer of history where I'm trying to get to. Something, if you dig in Texas, or in central Texas, and this is pretty much true for a big strip that runs all the way up to the center of the country. You got this black clay stuff here. When it gets wet, it gets soupy. When it gets soupy, sink rates go up, meaning stuff will sink deep quickly. Sometimes though, they'll bubble back up. It's kind of hard to explain, but some places you'll go you'll find a memorial cent 12 inches down and a seeded coin 3 inches down. It's really crazy. What do we got here? Oh, there's a coin right there. Clad dime. Let's see if there's anything else in the hole though. Always got to check the holes. And that was it. All right, I'm standing on top of there where that clad dime was. So just a few feet in front of it is another good coin signal. Could be a bottle cap, but I don't think it is. Now that clad dime was deeper than I probably thought you would expect to find one. But it's just like what I was saying. Sometimes this black clay stuff will bubble up something really old and sink something really new. So you just gotta constantly dig every single target. He'll drive you crazy. You'll end up with so much stuff, treasure and trash. Like, this is way deeper than I want to go, but well, let me put it like this: way deeper than I want to go with a hand digger. I'm gonna stick the big shovel down in there, see if we can unlock it. If we come from back here, we may avoid damaging whatever it is. Be in here. Whatever it is, we got it out from where it was. Oh, look at there. We're on the old. We got a spoon bowl. And I don't think that's a new one either. It looks like it was silver plated at one time. If we wipe it, we can see a little bit of that silver plate coming through. Look at there. That's cool. Let's check the hole again. Alright, on to the next one. Now I don't know what we got here, but there's something in this little plug. And it sounds bottle cappy, but you just never can tell. What do we got there? Zinc penny? Yep. Oh. Now I'm going to tell you, I can tell by looking at it, even though it was a little choppy. Would I have dug it if I was looking at the numbers? I don't know. Because I can almost guarantee it would have looked like, you know, a little bit bouncy and sounding a lot like a bottle cap. But I can tumble it and roll it up and it's still worth a cent. I know it's not a great achievement to dig a zinc penny, but it's important that you do. Now I just opened this hole and we got a signal up top here, but I just noticed that, look what came out. That's brick. It's another piece of brick. Now the signal itself is probably a bottle cap. It sounded like a bottle cap. Okay, close. Rotten zinc penny. But look, this happens all the time. You open one hole, you find stuff from the past that you wouldn't find with a metal detector. And you know, these are all good signs. I keep thinking about that spoon though. I wonder if that spoon was used by someone at the sanitarium. It's the right age. It could totally be. I don't know though. And I know that there are a lot of metal detectors out here that'll pretend like they do know. They don't know. Okay, I saw one today where it was like a Confederate soldier was standing watch outside here and lost this thing. They don't know that. It could have been a 5-year-old playing with their granddaddy's button. You know what I mean? So just remember that. Use a little critical thinking when you're watching some of these people like explain what it is they find, or just remember that unless you were there, you don't know. All you do know is that it was found. That's it. So remember that. That's an important lesson. Now we got some. I don't think it's treasure, but it's interesting. It's quasi treasure. A little bit of, I don't know if it's part of a brooch or something, you know, it's not precious, but it's cool looking. And it's a hefty reminder that there's stuff to be found. And I like that. I like that a lot. Now, one thing you'll hear people talk about is finding treasure around old trees. Okay, now that's hit or miss. But one thing that pays is knowing where old trees once were. I'm gonna step back from this little location here. You see, it may be hard to tell, but there's a little dip in the ground there. This is where a tree once was. So we're gonna check around this hole, see if there's anything. There may not be. I'm not the first person to be here. All right, now I just took this big old green bottle cap. Right here, okay? But right here, there was still a signal. And we got a coin. Now, it may not be a good one. It's not. It's a zinc penny, but you couldn't hear it. No, I got it. We got a little signal here. It's mid-tone. It's probably a pull tab. But you know, when we're talking about like sanitariums and stuff, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy people." And back in the day, most places like that would be called like institution for the insane. I mean, they would have crazy names, like, you know, things that don't really fly anymore. But sanitarium would be like, you know, a lot of times it's just a place for people to go and die peacefully from tuberculosis, or as they called it, the consumption. What do we got there? Little piece of a beaver tail. Yeah. So something to think about when you hear the word sanitarium or anything of that nature. Well, it's been a while since I filmed a target, but I got one that sounds nuts right here. So we're gonna investigate it together. Oh, you know, the other day I had these guys come up to me and they're like, you know, we could ticket you for digging holes, right? And all I could think about was like, if it's a thing that's punishable by a fee, well then that means that like anyone with money can do it. And that's not fair. I didn't stop what I was doing and they didn't give me a ticket. But the point of the matter is like, it's jacked up. Well, that's what was sounding good. Old Schlitz bottle cap, but you know, that's something to think about. If it's a crime punishable only by a fee, that means that if you got enough money, it's no longer a crime. So think about that. You guys ready to get let down again? Here we go. Good repeatable. Sounds like it's got depth. Could be tiny and not have depth. That's the other option. Something to think about. Let's see if we can pop that up. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Let's see if we can locate it. Man, it's getting a little choppy. Oh! Like I've said before, I heard someone else say, inches and angles is the game we're playing. And that's the truth. All right, let's see if we can. Is it in here? Is it that? Man, come on. Come on, man. All I'm finding is just old iron and you know, zinc pennies. And I know there's more stuff out there, but look at that, that's old. Dense, heavy. Well, moving on. Okay, I covered the hole up right there. And then there's something right here that was in there. And that had to have been what I heard, because this sounds good. Oh, there's a coin. There was a coin. Gotta be a Wheatie. Oh, it's a Wheatie. So we got a Wheatie in the presence of iron. Let's see if we can see what year it is. I'll have to pull it up here real quick. 1920 something. I don't know.
What's the best thing you've ever found?
The best thing I've ever found?
Is that metal detector?
Yeah. Well, it depends. It's subjective. Right? So, like the best gold thing or the best historic thing?
What do you think? What do you go, oh wow, this is like a weapon from the war?
I found a button that was extremely rare that was worth a lot of money.
Really? It was brass or gold or something?
Yeah, it's from Civil War, it's brass.
Wow.
Yeah, it was from a military institute that was only in operation for 3 years. Then the Civil War started and all the cadets went off to war.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I found an 18-karat gold puffer ring. Hold on, someone's asking me questions. Let me cut this off for a second. Okay, so this, by the way, my name's Joe.
Oh, hi, I'm Dawn.
Hey, hello, Dawn. So she's gonna stick her leg out. She has titanium in her leg. And it rings up 32.
Is it good?
It's low.
Oh.
It's low.
That's good that it's low.
Well, I mean, it would...
It's not as easy to find, but yeah.
Well, most detectors probably wouldn't dig it.
Oh yeah,
But I would.
Oh, you would?
I would.
Just because of curious.
Curiosity, not only did it kill the cat, but it scored me a whole bunch of gold rings. So.
Really?
Oh yeah.
On the beaches?
No, just like places like this.
Well, my husband lost his first wedding band.
So we got a new buddy. Check out his leg right there. That's cool. Always be nice to the people you meet at a park, because if they're neighbors, they can, like, you know, really affect your ability to come back. Now we got a midtone here. I don't know what the number is, clearly. Probably a pull tab. What is that? Well, that's not a pull tab. Oh, I know what this is. This is a lighter. That is not part of the lighter, but this is a lighter. That's cool. It's a little lipstick lighter. There's the flint wheel. That is really cool. And I don't know what this has to do. I heard something weird in there. Are all the pieces in here? That'd be really cool. What is this? Another. Dude, these almost are like weights. We're gonna put this in the good pops. We'll see what else is in here, if there is anything. That's definitely not a new lighter. That's cool, but anyway, like I was saying, always be nice to the people you encounter if you're detecting in a park, because even if it's not illegal, you do not want static. Okay, you don't want the park rangers coming in here and talking slap to you. A lot of them don't even know the rules. Okay, so just trust me on this one. Just pulled this out of an old pocket knife. Kind of a cool find. Worth nothing, but cool nonetheless. You see it? I think we got some silver. We definitely got some silver, guys. Is it the whole chain? Oh, we got a whole chain. I hope I didn't cut it. I might have cut it. But we're gonna get it. So there's one piece of it. Let's set that right there. There's another piece of it. That actually, I might not have cut it. Alright, let's get this up. Look at that. That's cool. We'll get this cleaned up. It's a nice little piece of treasure right there. In the bag. Look, we'll run the big detector over there and see if there's any more to it. Let's see here. I don't think so. I think that was it. So there's got to be another piece of it around here somewhere, because there's, unless it was being worn as a bracelet. Yeah, I don't know. That's the problem with chains. They are difficult, but we got us a piece of treasure. All right. Now I'm headed back to the car. I got this signal. I figured it'd be trash, because this sounded very trashy. But I don't think it's trash. I think we got us a silver earring. And I had to like pull the GoPro off to fix the battery like I'm always having to do. But anyway, you always find stuff on the way to the car too, so that's cool. Sweet, another piece of silver. We're gonna work our way to the car. Can you see all those ants up irritated? All for what is probably, yep. Oh, beaver tail. They do not like me right now. But you know what? Sorry guys. I do not even care. Well, now we got a problem. Here's the ant hill. And now that I got that like piece of the beaver tail out, there's like a really nice tone in there. So you know what? Joke's on me, I guess, because we're going back in. Come on, be something worth getting. Oh, it's over here. Let's see what we got. Please don't swarm me. Okay, well, I can go in there. Watch it just be the other part of the... Oh, what is that? Look at that. See some jewels. Look at that. We got us another earring, I think. Huh. Always on the way back to the car. Ooh, I had to get in the car, turn the AC on. It's getting warm out there. And I'm made of sugar, so you know, I'm gonna start to melt. Let me turn this fan down over. It sounds like we're in a windstorm. Anyway, that ended up being an okay hunt. I got me what I think is a silver cross. We'll find out of the house. A silver earring. Some little pink bejeweled piece of bling. I got what may possibly be a trench lighter, although I think it's just a lipstick lighter. It's cool though. I've never found one. They're interesting. I like them. Definitely something that wasn't on my bucket list, but was added and then achieved. That's how this works. Sometimes you find things immediately to the bucket list, immediately scratched off the bucket list. That's okay. Whew. Not very many coins. A few, most of them were zinc pennies though, but you know what, it's like this sometimes, especially when you're hunting blind. You don't pick and choose, you just dig the tones. And trust me, it's an effective strategy. Not looking at those numbers fool you. Do not trust them. You can use them as a bit of information, but don't rely on them. Rely on the tone. You know, if it beeps and it repeats, dig it. If you want stickers or any other swag that I may have at the time, or you just want to submit a favorite find, feel free to email me at igetthattreasure@gmail.com. I will send you whatever I have at the time free of charge. Just like how my videos are free of charge. Just like if you made it to this moment, you should subscribe if you're not subscribed. And like it. And send it to someone you hate. Make them watch it. Because I know it sucks. It's boring. It's metal detecting. But sometimes, like today, you find treasure. And if you get out this week, I hope you get that treasure. Because it's out there. I'll see you Wednesday with either one of mine or one of your favorite finds. And thank you so much for watching.